Hey guys, today I have a tip for you about a way for you to have more productivity in your days, for you to get more done, that is, and also for you to find more focus. I believe that focus is something that is really lacking in our days, particularly in the American culture and the way that we have our lives set up. And so I think a tip for focus is something that many of us can use, and this is something that I do as well. Um, Before we dive into that, I want to tell you two quick stories. One is, tell me if this sounds familiar, by the way. You're sitting at work, you've got a document going, and you're just rocking it, and you're typing away, and you're being super productive, and all of a sudden you hear a ding on your phone. You stop, you look over, you pick up your phone, you try to figure out what's going on, and you're pulled away from the thought train of what you were working on. It totally changes your ability to then get back into what you were doing. Studies say it will take us 23 minutes to refocus when we're pulled away from our focus. That's big. That's a big deal. How can we limit the distractions then that pull us away from our focus? Another story. If you're a mom and you're at home and you're taking care of your kids and you've got water boiling on the stove because you're making macaroni and your child is pulling on your leg because they need your attention for something, the last thing you want in that moment is for your phone to ding and for you to try to figure out, is it something important, like a text message from someone that's important to you, or is it, someone tagging you in something on Facebook that can be easily looked at later when you're not in the middle of putting out a couple of other fires? Our lives are set up for these many interruptions, and a lot of them are from our phones. On average, Americans look at their phones once every 12 minutes, which can be up to 80 times a day. Just think of how often that's pulling our focus away from the other things that are important to us, the things that are in front of us, the priorities, the things that we really want to get done, or the people that we really want to be focused on and spend time with. So I have two ideas for you today, both of which relate to your phone, because the phone tends to pull us away from our productivity and our focus. One is, out of sight often means out of mind. So when you're at work, try sticking your phone in a desk drawer. Try it. Just try it for a day and see, does it make a difference on how often you think about your phone? How often, your eyes don't then slide over to it and you start thinking about what might be going on Instagram, for example. When you're at home, consider having your phone in the other room for a certain stretch of the day, maybe, so that you can have more focus on getting the things done that you want to get done and being with the people that you want to be with. The other thing is we constantly get reminders and notifications on our phones that pull our focus away from what we're doing. But the thing is, we can actually limit those or take them off altogether. You don't have to hear a ding when someone DMs you on Instagram. You don't have to hear a ding when a new tweet comes in from someone that you follow. Those all can be turned off. And also what can be turned off is the little number in the corner of the app that tells you how many notifications you have. Those can also be turned off, which I find to be amazing because I feel like those little numbers are almost like little to-do items. But I don't want my to-do items to be things on Facebook and Instagram. I want my to-do items to be things in my home and things with my family and things that need to get done truly in my day-to-day and have kind of an elevated level of importance. So those are two ideas that I have for you to help you be more intentional with your phone use. Then you decide, and you have the power and you have the control to pull out your phone when you really want to and truly dive in and be intentional about when you're going into those platforms. And I will say one other tip that I find to be really helpful is to set a timer before you go into the app. And that way you won't get sucked down a rabbit hole for too long. You can say, okay, I know I have 10 minutes to spare right now. I want to spend some time looking at this. You set the timer. You spend the time that you want to decompressing and looking at one of the apps. And then the timer goes off, and it's a reminder to you to help you to pull you away and say, okay, now it's time for the next thing. Try these tips. See if they make a difference in your life. My hope is that you will find more focus and more productivity. Have a great day.